I'm not kidding. This book actually drove me into a certain state of mind that made me think getting bangs was a good thing. Getting my scissors. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna do it. I feel like I'm being possessed. Such a fun age this is. Huh? Hey guys, welcome to another video on Reads and Films. I'm back. You didn't know I was gonna go, but I'm back. I was about to fire myself from this channel and just tell myself, okay, we can just start a YouTube channel once I graduate. But you know what? If not now, then when? I'm gonna go off to uni and then make another excuse if I'm already there. And all of this sudden excitement and confidence, think Kieran from KD Books. I love that man. I just love his videos. We just had a really cool chat and he was just so encouraging about it. And now I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to make videos now. The passion is burning. The passion is burning, guys. All of that wholesome stuff out. Are you guys ready for me to get on Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid? This book, I think, has a lot of flaws. Was Kiley Reid's intention to highlight the problem with fake white allyship good? Yes, her intent was good, but my only problem is with the result and the execution. I'm confused. I want to make this video so I can understand why people I admire on the booktube community actually love this book. Chanel, I love Chanel, and she rated this book a 5 out of 5, and I was just like, am I wrong? Like, what is wrong with me? I'm supposed to like this book. She said, if you liked the movie Get Out, I loved Get Out. That made me spiral into like this whole thriller horror, I want to be a horror girl. I love that movie. And then I just didn't like this book. This book is the first 1-star rating I've ever given. And guys, I'm a Libra. We're supposed to like everything, okay? We're supposed to argue with ourselves to like everything. But I actually have an opinion now. I'm forming my own opinions and I'm scared. So we're just gonna discuss, we're gonna discuss it. Initially, I was shocked at how quick the synopsis was tackled in the first chapter, guys. First chapter. And I was really curious to how Kiley Reid is going to spread this whole plot when she already tackled what we were expecting, the whole racial profiling in the grocery store just because she was babysitting a white child that she loves so dearly. All of that was tackled in the first chapter, and then suddenly chapter 2 we're met with this Alex person, like a quirkier way to say Alex. The reason why she changed her name, it's explained in the book. I think it's stupid and silly because Alex just doesn't go well on my tongue, but it's her choice, it's her name. Reid gives us a whole backstory on this person and I'm like, I don't care. She starts talking about how her career blew up and all of that, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool, we love a businesswoman. And she just branded herself as this woman, like empowering woman thing that, okay, we admire that, we love that, okay? Until the whole hypocritical dialogues come in. For me, I like books that get me invested in characters. That's probably the biggest reason why I didn't like this book, is that I hated every single character in this book, maybe except Amira and Briar, because I can't really hate on Briar because she's a kid. Everyone else I just didn't like. I hated them, I didn't care about them. I was like, y'all are talking shit. I don't care about that. I just wanted to know a little bit more about Amira. I don't know how to describe these people because they're just so painfully bad. I think we're supposed to hate them. But like in the beginning, it sounded like she's setting us up to like the character. And then they do something weird and problematic and I'm like, I just don't know how to feel about them. But I do know that I don't like them, you know? But am I supposed to like them? I saw a few other like shorter reviews on the book and they said that this book was about fake white allyship and how not all Black women will want to fight. And that is so understandable. I think it's very important that everyone gets to relate to a character as passive like Amira. I personally related to her when Kiley Reid talks about her on chapter 3, her whole passiveness and the way she doesn't feel passionate about certain things, and a lot of things actually. And she just didn't know what she wanted to do or what she was good at doing or what she was very passionate about doing. But that was just touched upon very like on the surface. I think this book reflects too much of reality, that it fails to teach the readers anything, in a sense that it kind of just proves the point to some readers that yeah, you knew that this book or these characters were doing something wrong. Good for you. If I was a closeted racist and I read this book and suddenly I see like my behavior reflected in these characters, and those characters are not really called out, or there wasn't really a conversation to tell them, hey, what you're doing is wrong. It's just like, as a reader, we're expected to know that, but it's concerning because not all of us will know that. And if I was a closeted racist and I saw myself represented, I think that's very, very dangerous, I feel like. I'm gonna read like an excerpt out for you, and this was like the point where I just like, what is wrong with this character? Alex's home was filled with types of mothers she often saw in airports and had come to completely despise. Women with full faces of makeup, way too much luggage, cork wedges sandals, plastic bags with souvenirs that took up the overhead compartments, blah blah blah, some other stuff that just doesn't seem like valid reasons to hate on a woman. It made me feel like not Alex. See, I'm still respecting her choice, even though I feel like it's a bad choice. Come on, guys. Alex, like leak, nudes, no. Oh, that point I was just like, okay, she's not a feminist. She tries to be, she brands herself to be, and I hate her. This is just a whole like, let's hate Alex. No, we shouldn't hate her, but she is also a fictional character, so what can I say? There was this part where she starts like crushing on Amira's boyfriend, and she's married. I mean, okay, we can admire people from afar, but her narration of this, it was like, God, he's cute. What? You have a family. Control yourself, woman. You know, people like Alex scare me to like start a business, because clearly her ego got the best of her, and I'm scared now because I will actually hate myself if I become an entrepreneur like Alex. I was grasping at straws in the beginning of this book because I did really want to like it. There were a few niche nostalgic moments that I enjoyed, but they only lasted like 5 seconds because it happened twice in the book. But still, there's potential. I'll appreciate Kiley Reid's moment for that. Alex, her husband, says like some racist thing on television, and there's this whole argument with, was that intended or was that an accident? But for that to naturally slip out, obviously it's like you thought about it. If I don't get it. I'm just so confused. Why do people like this book? There was this part where Alex starts talking about Amira's bio on this nanny sitter website thing, and for some reason in my head I was just like, why are they telling us that she can do this thing, like an impressive typing speed, or like, why does she know sign language? That thing was kind of planted in my head. I was like, well, this doesn't really serve a purpose until we're introduced to Amira's chapter on chapter 3, where they talk about why she knows sign language. That's because the population in her town was mostly their hearing was mostly impaired, so she had to learn that. And then her typing speed, something I don't actually remember because it doesn't really contribute to the plot later on. But it does prove a fact that Amira deserves and can do better than being this woman's babysitter. Alix's friends, her friends have something going on. I just don't like them. She has like this one African American friend. I'm friends with a black person. I'm not racist. This person was also kind of like too rich for her own good, a little too pretentious. I don't actually know anyone that acts like this in real life, but I did see a few comments on Goodreads about how a lot of people know that rich Manhattan resident. So I guess I can see how American readers can relate and use these characters to just hate on them. One random thing, Rachel from Alix's friend group, I just didn't like her. She was annoying. She also said this really savage, like this savage burn. Savage, I'm not gonna use that word anymore. It's a little spoilery, so I'm not gonna tell you the context, but if you have read the book, you might remember. But my point is, this was really funny. Rachel gasped. Was it a sext? A let her sext? Let her send. Alix's brand, her brand company initiative thing, I don't know, it's called Let Her. It's letter because she makes letters, and then Rachel makes a joke about it, and that was really funny. Again, she doesn't contribute to the plot later on. Actually, I don't think she's mentioned after part 3. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, but there's this character, Kelly, if you've read it, his origin story. I was already expecting that, so when they revealed it, like that connection, I was just like, okay, I kind of already knew that. I started liking this book, actually. I did actually start liking this book because it was just like, oh, drama, but I don't care. When Amira was popping off, that's when I was like, yes, queen, yes, I'm feeling engaged. She did it like twice, I think. That's probably the only part where they call this like the problematic behavior that the other 2 white people do. They don't really have like a bouncing back opinion, like conversation. So it's just Amira popping off and then moving on. And I know that it happens a lot in real life and it does reflect reality, a lot of people's realities. I just expect to learn something from a book. That whole like, it's just like how it is in real life is not a really good excuse for this book to not perform as well as we all hoped for. And the fact that this is included in the booker list is what's making me even more confused. There wasn't really anything special about the writing except the parts where I already mentioned that made me like, oh, appreciate it. I guess it's special in a way that it pisses some people off like me, or in a way that it is loved by a lot of other people. Or maybe it's special because it doesn't address the problem, rather just shows it to you. But why are we rewarding that? I'm sorry, but why? What? The ending didn't really impact me in any way. I was just happy that it was over and that I could check it off my TBR and move on. The ending of this video will reflect how bland the ending of that book was. I'm not saying you can't like this book. If you have actually a point to make on why you like this book, please let me know. It's a debut novel. I don't think we need to get on it too much. That's really all I have to say. I think I'm pretty burned out about hating this book. Again, not hating it, just strongly disliking it. Anyway, if you want to hear me love a book, check out Normal People because I do love that book. And hey, if you don't like Normal People, that's fine too, because I don't like Such a Fun Age either, and that's fine. We can all have our own opinions. Normal People by Sally Rooney. Love it, buy it, go and read it if you haven't already, so we can talk about it because I like this book so much. Anyway, thoughts? Thoughts, share them. Thoughts. Okay, bye.